Are you struggling with marketing because you're really good at treatment, but you just don't know how to make people know about you or know about what you do? Well, today I'm going to go over how to actually market, especially for group coaching that I've been really hell bent on and what that actually looks like. So let's get into it. There's two groups of people. There's people that have had established businesses. Those people don't need a as long of a runway. And then there's the people that have a business that are just starting out. Those people need a lot more runway. They need about 2 months of talking to people before they sell them anything. Because we have to warm people up to know that like you're the person that they're going to trust, like, and know. And so we need about 2 months of a lead way to actually get people to know, like, and trust you. Comparatively, if you've had a business before and you are more established, then you may need about anywhere between 3 weeks to 6 weeks to have a lead way to get people into your group coaching program. I see this a lot with people with group coaching is they can't decide whether they want to do in person or online. Just pick. Either way, it's the same marketing strategy. You're just either going to do it through Zoom or you're going to do it in person. That's it. Okay. And the biggest thing that I can tell you is make sure that you are grouping topics, okay? So that certain conditions in the realm can be grouped together. It doesn't have to be just leakage and just a leakage class. That's not it. You could do leakage with prolapse and you can combine those together. So be very mindful of that group people together so that it makes more sense so that anyone that calls or anyone that comes into your world knows that you got them and you can put them together, which makes you earn more per hour and work less. That is the key to group coaching. So today's video is talking about marketing, not what group coaching is. So if you need more videos on that, please refer back. I do have more videos on that. Or you can text me at 703-783-2388. I'd be happy to answer any questions there. All right, let's get into it. So, like I said, you have a cold audience people or you have a warm audience people, or you may have both. Cold audience needs to be 6 to 8 weeks out, they need to be promoted to. A warm audience, about 3 to 4 weeks out, they need to be promoted to. Here's the deal. If you have a cold audience, you want to actually start with a goal of reaching out to 10 people a day. You've got to reach out to people so that they know who you are and start planting the seeds. That's key. Most people are very fearful to do this. So if you need help communicating on how you're going to say something over the phone, how you're going to email them without sounding salesy or spammy, please reach out. I'd be happy to help. Okay. Also, at the end of workshops maybe that you're doing, can you propose group coaching rather than one-on-one? So you get more people together. You're already coaching them as a group. Get more people together so that you can help solve their problem with a decrease in hours. Number 3, I need you to connect with other people that have your people that maybe not do the same thing you do. So let's just say you're a pelvic health provider and you don't do birth pictures. Connect with a birth photographer. You don't do her services and she doesn't do yours, but you guys can both benefit from each other's services and so can the patients. So I would connect with her and do some kind of IG live or something with her so that I can get her audience. That's huge. I would do an IG live. That's the next thing. I would post flyers in a coffee shop because so many people are sitting there working and be like, "Oh yeah, this event's coming up. Cool, I'll attend." Okay? You can also make a event on Facebook so that people know that this event is happening in their town right then and there. If you have a warmer audience, you can go the route of email marketing because probably you have emails. When you have a newer audience, you probably don't have emails. Also, just so you guys know, you have to prime emails now. Emails just don't get sent to your inbox and all of a sudden it lands there. That's not how this works. On the back end, there's like email patrollers, and they basically control if it actually lands and gets in your inbox. So what has to happen is you have to send multiple emails for them to be able to actually land. And pretty much it's up to like 5 emails you have to send before it actually lands in their inbox. And so I don't recommend an email campaign to market unless you have an established client base already, because otherwise it's just a waste of time. Okay. So for the audience that is warm that you already have for more established people, then we send out emails to people that have not had our services. Okay. And we also start to then do polls on social media, and we poll our people to see, would you guys like group coaching? Do you even know what group coaching is? We ask them that. Do they know? Okay. And then what time of day works best for them? What time doesn't work best for them? That's huge. Also, I'm posting that the biggest thing about group coaching is it's affordable, it has accountability. You have like a partner that could keep you accountable. You know what I'm saying? Um it is supportive. It's a very safe environment. You get to see people that are in your same position so that you feel less alone about a sensitive topic. These are all benefits to group coaching. So if you guys aren't doing it, I'm telling you, you're missing the boat. People want this. Seriously, people want it. Okay. Also, are you sending out DMs? If someone starts to follow you, how are you communicating with that? You've got to send out DMs to people. Again, if you don't know how to communicate, DM me, text me, because I'll tell you how to DM people. Okay. And then what I would do is start an email campaign. So the first step in emails is week 1 and 2 of sending this out. You always are gonna, before product launches, you always want to do a like pre-sale or a wait list. You want to do a lot of promotion on the front end, not on the back end. So let's say I have a date of like December 1st, and let's say it's September 1st right now. Okay. I want so from September 1st to December 1st, I want to talk about this thing like no one's business. Okay. So it's basically like week 1, week 2 of the emails. I'm going to talk about my why behind starting a program. My why. Like, I really want to start this group coaching because I know most of you guys feel like you're alone. And this group coaching is really going to help support you and be able to take you from here to here. Okay. Email 2. I'm going to tell about a client testimonial because you should have a specific method. If you don't, that's a problem. But you should have a specific method that allows you to say, I use this method consistently, and these are consistently the results that we get. Okay. Um, Email number 3 should be more of like a nurturing / pre-sale. So this is when I have a wait list going on, join my wait list. This is when I have talk about the results that again someone's getting from the program. So I'm telling a testimonial. And I'm creating urgency. I may even do a webinar at this point. I may do a workshop and have people get value, but then also have them go into the program. That's huge. Email number 4, I'm going over tips and tricks. If I picked leakage as my topic of leakage, maybe abdominal stuff, then I say, guess what? Doors are opening soon. Get on the freaking wait list so that you're the first one to grab one of 5 spots because we only have 5 spots. And I'm creating the urgency. Week 5 and 6, this is my launch week. This is huge. I'm sending out more than one email this week, and I'm sending out multiple emails this week. I'm telling stories. I'm telling before and after. I'm saying exactly what the program includes. I'm saying maybe some question and answers that they may want to know more about, like of what they would have of like false beliefs of like, well, I can't make every single time. So what am I going to do about that? Well, what you can do is you can you can watch the recording. So I'm handling all of those beliefs before they even come to me because I know what they're going to say already. That's how good at marketing you need to become. Okay. Email 6 is like last chance. Doors are closing. Maybe or 1 spot left. Get it while it lasts. That's what you want. And then you want to make a goal around the campaign. So you want to say, okay, I'm going to try to get 20 leads in the door that are brand new. So if I get 20 leads, then I'm going to try to convert maybe 10 of them. Well, that's a 50% conversion rate. So what are we converting at? That's what you need to know. Most of you guys don't know that. So that's a problem. How to run a business if you don't even know how to run your numbers? That's a massive problem. That's when you need someone like me on your team to walk you through the path of how to actually say, okay, this is where I'm at and this is where I need to go, and actually create that. Because if you're just kind of spinning your wheels doing whatever, hoping, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. Okay? There's no hoping. Like, I know how to get people where they need to go, and I have the exact path of how to do that. And yes, everyone's slightly different, which is why I really coach you hard. Okay? And I attract people that actually want it. That's the best part. Is like I would say out of all the coaches, I do attract the people that like really want it. And I'm thankful for that because I like to coach. Number two to this, I need you to keep warming up your audience. Then I need like a lead magnet or you to create a wait list. Then we have to follow up in person, whether or not you call them, DM them, whatever else, but we got to keep following up. And then I need a strong offer, something that someone's like, yes, I freaking need that. That's going to change my life. I can't wait for it. That's huge. And then I would create a flyer that really specifically is very clear. I always say clear, not clever. You want to make sure the title is very clear on what you're trying to solve, not like surrender your empower or something. I'm like, what the heck does that mean? It needs to say like stop leakage, like very clear. Okay. Um, so I think that's really important when it comes to marketing. It needs to have the images that you put out need to be exactly what your clients look like. Don't put out an 80-year-old when you're trying to attract 40-year-olds. That's huge. So there's a lot to marketing that I think most people focus on the, well, how am I going to do the program? And I can also coach you on that. That's a whole nother lesson. But you got to understand how to market, and you got to be a wizard at marketing. If you're going to make it online or in person, you got to become a wizard at marketing. And that's what we coach, especially organic marketing. We are good at organic marketing and doing things unique in the market space, in the marketplace, especially in healthcare. So if you guys need help, please reach out, text me 703-783-2388. I'd be happy to help and get you started. All right, guys. Bye-bye.